Where should we begin? Where should we begin? Oh, I gotta have a cigarette. That wouldn't be fair if I didn't smoke. I can have a cigarette now. So what's going on? You're going to stick around for half the film, part of the film, or none of the film at all? Is it really all silly to you? I want to ask you a question. If you sat home for 7 years of your life where part of the time you couldn't go to sleep, most of the time you woke up 100 times during the night, and you had to take medication that if you missed it, you feel sick like a dog. You don't have anybody on your side because you go to the hospital to ask the doctor. I don't think there's any doctors in my family, and if there is one, how psychologically inclined is he to understand and to know what the internal life is all about? What it is to push the gates just one step open. Like we take things for granted. The 7th inning stretch. You know, before we even get to the 7th inning stretch, everything is at love. It was the beginning. Everything has zeros or no marks on it. We begin the game. Every inning has 3 outs, as far as I know it. Well, there is other cases and scenarios for special things that are counted in outs, but they're not really outs on the field. I'm not talking. A basic game has 27 outs for one team. 9 times 3, 27. 2 teams equals 54 outs, regardless of the number of pitches or how many people came to the plate. So we're going to start like this, okay? Since it's the 7th inning stretch, we're going to count all the outs up to the 7th inning just before the half inning song, okay? And if we actually had to wait before the song, we have to wait, okay, for the 2nd out, okay, to happen. We need the 3rd out to happen in the top of the 7th for the visiting team before the song goes on. So we start like this. We go 7 innings, 21 outs. For the visitors, 6 innings, 3 outs each inning is 18 outs. We have 21 outs, and we have 18 outs. 18, Resh, R, and the letter U. It's your angel, is what it means. How can I actually see it? It's the angel resident that comes in. 39. Okay, is the letter count for 10. There are 2 numbers, okay, in the first 10 numbers that only have 3 numbers that explain it. One is the number 1, O-N-E, which equals to 34. 3 and 4 is 7. The other one is T-E-N, which equals to 39. 3 and 9 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. The 3 worlds and the 7 of the 1 world make a 10-10 world. First and 10. 1 and 10 equals to 11. Now, we're going to go back to baseball. So now we have number 39. 39 represents these combinations. R and U, S and T, O and X, Ox, Exodus, OXD, Exodus. Anyways, the other thing with that is that in baseball, once you finish and you sing the 7th inning stretch, now the home team starts first. They sang the song at the beginning of the game, the national anthem, in where the visitors came up first. Now they sing the song of the 7th inning stretch, in which after that song, the home team comes up first. They have both equality in the last half after the 7th inning stretch. The visiting team will play the 8th and 9th inning, Heavens and I. The home team will play the 8th inning and maybe will go bat in the 9th inning. It will only go to bat if you are losing or tied. But if you are winning, the home team only will have 24 outs in the game. But they would have made 27. 24 letter X, 27 is Y, X and Y makes the difference. Now if they both come up to the plate, that means if they do not score a run in that inning, but they do not drive it into extra innings, it stops at 27 outs, in which the visiting team had 6 outs after the 7th inning, and the home team, if they won and they didn't have to play the 9th inning, they would have also had the 7th and 8th inning, not the 9th inning. They also would have had 6 outs. So each team would have had 6 outs, but from different innings. But in the 9th inning, what's so special about the 9th inning is that if the game is tied or they're losing, they can score 3, 4, 5 runs and win the game right there without having any outs. And again, the game can end 27 outs to 24 outs, equaling to 51. 5-1, 1-5, 6-6, islands connect. I'm going to take this off so I can do a little bit of reading through here. So what happens? I mean, you throw a pitch, okay, and the batter swings and he misses. And you throw another pitch and the batter swings and he misses. And all of a sudden, by the time we reach the 7th inning stretch, you will have 21 outs on 63 pitches. 3 times 6 is 18, the letter R, and you again read first, 39. If you flip around 39, okay, 39, I'm trying to look if there's any number that comes to it. 39 and 39 is 78. I don't have one that comes here on my list. Okay, what else is there in baseball? So you now have 63 pitches, 9 pitches an inning. Sorry, I must have made a mistake. You have 9 pitches that could have 3 batters. So 9 pitches times the 7 innings is 63. That's correct. Now, if we play the rest of the game, you will have 6 more outs. At 3 pitches for each out is 18, and that's the letter R. It's not only the letter R, okay, it's a lot more than that. It is the center of 6 and 6. Like I said, it all begins -5 plus 5. Dot is 10. -5 plus 5, that means the value dot of a center dot. Anytime you see a center dot, the center of that dot must be valued at 10. So that means there are 3 of them on the dice, the 1, the 3, and the 5, 10, 20, 30. We now have the creation because of the center dot. All dots on the outside are valued at 5, and I think the dots in between are valued at half, at 2.5 and 2.5. I just thought of that one right now. 2.5 east and west, because we live east and west, so we can't go 5 points because that's the corner here between the 2. This is the corner. This is between the 2 here. You follow me? Anyways, let me continue. So we play baseball. So now we have, the game is ended. Nobody has scored at all until the 9th inning. Okay? The total number, okay, of pitches per team, okay, 9 innings. At 9 per inning is 81 pitches. There now is 162 pitches, 81 and 81, 9 times 9, or 3 by 3 by 3 by 3. You have 81 pitches, 126 between the 2. Now what has to happen? Something's going to happen in the game. If it's in the 9th inning and the home team's up to play and there's 2 outs, and it doesn't go past the 9th inning, if the batter should hit a home run on his 3rd pitch, that would still equal both teams of having 81 pitches because it ended on a home run and it'll win 1-0. And the next guy doesn't come up to bat, so the team only had 26. So one team had 27 outs, the other team won with 26 outs. 26 and 27, 53. That's creation then. It makes the mark. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that. So we jumped over the 7th inning stretch, and one thing very special about the 7th inning stretch is that 6 and 5 is our connected numbers. 7 is a number that is 65. It's communication with the moon. You know what happened today? I saw a picture, and on the picture, it had a moon and a star, and I looked at the moon, I says, quarter moon, the value is 25, or if it was time, the value is 15, or if it was in the 7 world this and that and this, so I have 5 different ways I can place that moon. And where did I see it? In the alphabet for kids. It's right in our alphabet soups, my friends. So, where were we next? So then I saw a star, and I says, well, it's a 5-star, but what's in the center? Anyways, whatever it was, I came up with an idea. The other thing I designed, oh my God, I am on fire. I see like everything, anything right now. I hope it doesn't go away. It feels way too good, way too good, way too good. Anyways, we're going to jump off of one thing onto something else, okay? When you add, where am I here? When you say the number 1, the value is 34. When you say 20, the value is 107. But when you say 21, the value is 141. And that's exactly what it is. Because 21 from 1 is 20. The totality is actually 21 of 21, which is 777. This is 141. ADA, whatever you want to call it. It's an angel delta. Don't forget, anything that's at the beginning, 9, okay, or at the end, okay, is always going to be sandwiched by something from the higher source. We're sandwiched. We're like 3-decker sandwiches. I wish I could explain it. We're harnessed. We breathe the air of God, of His. He owns this planet. He built this planet. He has the system of judgment. If this was an association of gods, and this was God's associated field, maybe they can take who we are in heaven and see what game we want to go into. If you go into the game of life, you get a God. His name is upstairs in heaven, of course, a haven. I hope a haven. Because I don't want to just go 6 feet down, 2 feet up, and leave all my pointers. You know what happens when you go 6 feet down into the ground and your feet stick 2 feet up? That toe is not the highest point anymore. It never really was. It's just to stabilize you, a little support, like the staff of Moses. Can't even handle your own staff, your own stiff staff. Thank God it's not for scratch or stripes. Did you follow me on that route? The reason for that is the 7th inning stretch. STR, stretch, STR, stripes, ST, 39. So don't forget in baseball, it added up, okay, that the number of outs with a total of 13 half innings totaled 39, which represented 10. 10 is the end before it has to start again. When it ended, if they played all 3, then the home team ended up with 9 outs. The visitors had 6 outs. 9 and 6 is Burke and Man's Burke. And 9 and 6 is 15, which equals 6. Anyways, 9 and 6 is 15 outs on one side. And on the other side, they had 39. So they had 39 and 15. The 15th letter is the O for Omega. And 39 is 10, which is the spirit of time. Tick-tock. Does it make any sense? Just to tell you now, letters that we use in counting, we use the letter T and Y. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. That's 7 times. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So we have to go, so if we do that, the total comes out to 315. In letters, it would be CAE. But if you would add them together, it is 9 for the birth. If you take the coordinates of 135 degrees, it enters into the 9 for the birth. If you go 3 by 15, it equals 45, and that equals to 1 times T and Y. That's where I got this number. TY is for 20, it's the last 2 letters. So if it was 315 and it had to be 315 days into the year, you would be taking off 50 days would be missing. And that 50 days would be November 1st. 1 day after Halloween. 1 day after Halloween, the last corner connects. I gotta check that date. ST, first, they don't have 11. They have 21st, 31st, 41st. First, 21st, 31st, 41st, 31st, 21st, 31st, 41st, 51st, 61st, 71st, 81st, 91st. There's 9 of them. 9 STs. Second, 22nd, 32nd, 42nd, 52nd, 62nd, 72nd, 82nd, 92nd. There's 9 of them. Third. Now listen to this one. 13. Almost like third. It's very close, but we're not going to count it. Now we have 23rd, 33rd, 43rd, 53rd, 63rd, 73rd, 83rd, 93rd. 9. That's what's really uncanny about this one, okay, is because when you get 33rd, you'd actually get 33rd inside 3, which is more like part of pi 3.141592. So you over here, okay, third. So anyways, ND for second equals to a total count of 18. N14 D4 equals 18. 18 times 9 is 152. 152 in second is what the number of the Mayan is, the 5 and 2 of the Mayan, which is actually 2 days and 5 days, and blah, 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 weights and measures. So go to weights and measures, you'll figure it out. Now, RD is a total of 22, which means life. That's the one for third. It totals 198, which is 8 and 9, which is the 1 spirit, the 8 heaven of the 9 birth. Basic and general. You can flip that to mean other things. Now, when we look back at it, okay, when we look back at it, when I multiply, this is 7 times over here, 7 times this and get this number, 3, 1, and 5 equals 9. When we go to ST, and there's 9 STs, So we go and we count it and look at that. It's the exact reverse, 3, 5, and 1 equals 9. Here, we have ND for second, 9 times 1, 5, and 2, 1, 5, and 3, 1, 5, and 3, 1, 5, and 2 equals 9. And the last one is RD times 9 times is 1, 9, and 8. 9 and 8 is 17, and 1 is 18. 1 and 8 is 9, 9. They all become 9s at the ends. What you see over here is a grid of the letter value of the number of letters in each word, of the number of values of the number of letters in each word, and of the number of value count, the simplified count, O-N-E, and the word play, 1, me, neon, what you can do with 1 word and 3 letters. Because once you balance that out, you will see what man had as a vision back in time, knowing the definitions of the past and what you can do with it now, because obviously nobody found everything, because if they did, I'm quite sure we'd all know. Hello? Hello? Yeah, I got a phone call. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah? Yeah? You don't want me to be funny. What do you want me to be serious? If I was serious every day and I looked at the number of views and everything else that's happening, oh my God, this is insane. I gotta go. Do you know what's happening right now? Oh my God, this is insane. Oh, I wish you had my eyes. I can't see through these yellow glasses, and there's a reflection on the metal. I'm looking at my designs on the wall, and the colors seem to have disappeared, and it seems to be coming out in 3D. Oh, there's a McDonald's sign, reflection inside my window. Wait a second, it's not a McDonald's sign, it's the Torah. Oh, and I see a face in it, looking at me right now. There's a face. So anyways, let us get back. Did we finish the pitches in baseball and how many outs? Well, now what I want to say, okay, in order to have creation C in piano, you must go into extra innings in order to get that 28th out. Okay, you need the 10th inning. You need the 10th inning to get the 28th out. The 29th out is the birth, and the 30th is creation. Until the home team comes up and hits 31, which is a crisscross of the 10-10 world. 32 outs. Is that into the 11th? 10th would be 30 outs each. Right. Anyways, whatever, if we're into the 10th or the 11th, I lost exactly what I was talking about. But the 10th inning is 28, 29, 30, and 31, 32, and 33. If the home run is hit on the 32nd out, after the 32nd out, the game ends. 32 reconnects E and E in the alphabet, and that is the 10 world. But if we go into the 11th inning, okay, if we go into the 11th inning, I gotta hang up this phone. Now, if we go into the 11th inning, you now, on the visitor side, they will be going for outs 34, which is number 1, 7, 35, which reconnects the alphabet, which is 34 would be G, 35, the 35th out would be 1 before G. Anyways, from the right side of the piano to the left side of the piano. But they get 34, 35, and 36. Now, if their inning ends in the 11th and their game ends, they have ended the 11th inning with 36 outs, whether they win or lose. That is 3 by 6, 6, 6, 6. 3 plus 6 is 9. 3 times 6 is 18. It's 27. It's the 2 worlds of 7. Now, home team will come up. Regardless, if the game ends in that 11th inning, okay, the 37th out will be on the home team. 3 and 7 is creation corner. 38 is the heaven, and 39 is the total they would have. 39 represents 10. It is perfect. And in baseball, by the numbers, it also works out to number 11. All the numbers work out. They have to. Both sides needs to be fair or balanced, but it's got to have a reason for its balance. So they use all these numbers that are known or unknown, not known at all, but that's okay. We're going to know them all. Get out your alphabet soup. Now, where else can I talk? Was there anything else? Okay, I'm going to stop right here. We know we have the strike. We know we have the strike. We know we have the stretch. STR. When do we use STR? When do we use most of our combinations of letters? Because they always look good together, but is there a reason for them? Obviously, I would think so. Another thing I wanted to mention, okay, now I'm going to do this in the next video because this is funny. Raphael, 7286. I have to hold the reins, my friend, and stop. I have to stop myself from letting myself look for the information. whatever I decide to look at. Yesterday I looked at the 613 laws of the Torah, and I found so much stuff, I just had to blank myself out. I was just starting to categorize it. It's insanity. Not only does it represent football, not only does it represent 10 days with the center day actually being the Wednesday, but it just represents, it's just everything. It's just insane. Insane. Raphael 72, 86.